What's up, guys? This is Roberto with Innovative Sports Training. This is another IST health tip of the day. Today I'm going to give you kind of a conglomeration of some nutritional information that I've been thinking about for a long time here. Oftentimes we get confused about keto, paleo, carnivore, vegan, vegetarianism. I want to try to simplify this as much as I can, give you some ideas. Now this can apply to anybody out there who's trying to lose body fat, put on muscle. If you're training for a sporting event, such as football, wrestling, boxing, basketball, maybe you're going to put on a few pounds to help you up and down the court, help you run faster, jump higher, lift better weights, more weights. This is a basic platform to jump from. So let's jump into this. Basic bulk foods. Grass-fed meats, that's important. Free-range eggs, avocado. Avocado is really a fatty fruit. Olives, potatoes, rice, dark berries, banana, and raw nuts. Now, let me add this caveat to this. If you're trying to lose weight, lose body fat, put on muscle, you don't want a lot of potatoes and rice. You might even throw out some of the bananas. If you're trying to put weight on, trying to bulk up with more muscle, like I talked about, maybe some of you are training for a sporting event, maybe some of you just want to look nicer in the mirror, see more muscles. Then you want to add more potatoes and rice possibly to your eating regimen. Now keep in mind, this is for somebody who's going to be doing a lot of strength work, strength training, sprint training, and bouts of cardio. Now, after you work out, let's say even after you've done maybe a day of all cutting grass in the yard all day long, and you're moving heavy logs and heavy branches and you're digging ditches or something. A good workout recovery drink if you're trying to muscle up, which most people need to do, by the way. Most Americans are not really over fat as much as they are under muscle. Take some apple juice or grape juice, put it in a cup, mix in, I like personally egg white protein powder, but some sort of protein powder, shake it up, wait about 20 minutes after your training session or after you've done working outside in the yard or something for your body to kind of cool down a little bit. Wait about 20 to 30 minutes, mix it up in a shake, down the hatch. Now the reason is because after you work out, after you've done a lot of hard, heavy duty labor like that, your muscles are going to be more receptive to absorbing protein. There's a lot of insulin factors going on as well, because insulin is going to be more sensitive in your muscles, and it's going to help take the protein and other nutrients of the muscles more effectively. That's when your body's going to be more insulin sensitive. Now, before I go into carnivore and keto, I want to go over something else here. Your central nervous system, CNS. I abbreviate it here. Sympathetic, parasympathetic. If you don't know what those terms are, this is fight or flight, that's rest and digest. I've talked about these in more detail in previous podcasts. Look those up. Sympathetic, fight, flight, parasympathetic, rest, digest. These individuals tend to do better on more carbs and proteins because they're more catabolic oriented in their life, meaning that you're always tearing stuff down. Not always, but for the most part, you're tearing things down. So you're going to do better on carbohydrates and protein. Parasympathetic dominant individuals do better on anabolic type of foods such as fats and proteins. By the way, sympathetic, they're more catabolic. But anabolic for parasympathetic, you're going to do better on fats and proteins. Now, how do you know this? There is a test called a metabolic typing assessment. It is an online test that you can order through me. It costs you $75. It's not a blood test. It's all questions. And they ask a lot of questions regarding your body, your past medical history, your sleeping habits, some personal questions that were regarding your metabolism, your blood, and that kind of thing. So it gives you an assessment of about where you are if you're more sympathetic dominant or parasympathetic dominant. Once again, parasympathetic dominant, you're going to do better because you're more anabolic based on fats and proteins. Sympathetic, you're more catabolic driven, carbs and proteins. Excuse me. Now let's get back to the type of food plans. Carnivore. Now, I'm not a big believer in just real extreme ways of eating 24 hours a day, 365 days a year necessarily, but there are times when you can do certain types of eating plans in conjunction with exercise and being physically active. That's important. I always throw that in there. That will help you to get to the next level of where you need to go in terms of tearing down, building up. Tearing down, building up. A carnivore is all animal-based. Meat, eggs, organic type of cheeses, meaning non-pasteurized, butter, yogurt, fish, all this stuff has to be organic as possible if you want to get the most bang for your buck. Now, a keto is a little bit more flexible, but it's still pretty strict. Keto is about 80%, I'm going to say 80% carnivore, pretty much. And you're going to throw in some plant-based foods such as avocado, olives, dark berries, green leafies, and that kind of thing. So it's about 20% ratio there. 80% animal, about 20% plant for most people. Now paleo, you hear a lot about paleo. Paleo really does not have a set regimen to it. Paleo is basically this: non-processed foods that's fresh and organic. So if you're going to eat bread, eat the best quality bread, the best quality meat, the best quality potatoes. Okay? So just make sure. If you're trying to put weight on, once again, you need more protein and carbohydrates. If you're trying to take body fat off, you need less carbohydrates, still a reasonable amount of protein, and up the fat intake. One last thing I'll leave you with here. Now, this applies to someone who's trying to, let's say, improve their sports performance, put on some bulk muscle, have a shake before you go to bed at night, about 1 to 2 hours before retiring to bed. Some casein protein. Now, there's casein protein and stuff like cottage cheese, as a matter of fact, but you can also buy casein protein powder. It's not very tasty, but you can. Now, this is strictly for someone who's trying to put weight on in terms of getting bigger. Not necessarily more toned, but just bigger. So just be cautious. Don't do this if you're trying to lose weight. So guys, this is pretty much the platform I wanted to go over with you here. A good launching platform. This will vary from person to person. So this is just a template. This will change depending upon your lifestyle, depending upon your goals, depending upon your biophysiology. Women, are you premenstrual, perimenstrual, postmenstrual? That will determine the type of food you ought to be eating and also the type of workout program that you should be doing. Men, are you andropausal? Meaning, are you getting up there where you're starting to lose testosterone? That will be a determining factor. Are you a professional athlete, high school athlete, college athlete? Are you training for some sort of an event that's an athletic event? You just want to look good in the mirror. It all depends what you're wanting to do here. Are you coming off of some major surgery? All those things are factors. So give me a call. We can sit down and we can go over a plan of action. If you want to work with me, I can put together a program for you based upon your lifestyle, based upon your metabolic type. And I encourage you to take that test also to see what type of metabolic type you are. We can do some lab work to see what's happening with your blood, your urine, and that kind of thing, and saliva, cortisol levels, lipid levels, that kind of thing. So give me a call, 816-405-7703. Email us rwpsports@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been the IST Health Tip of the Day. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.